So, I've got a tricky one for you this week. Yes, it's another boat wreck, but this one comes with a few extra headaches. For starters, it's not exactly a looker. Think less rustic charm and more dropped meat pie. And to make matters worse, it's properly sunk, and I mean buried deep into the sand. It's the sunken part that's the real issue. I need the tide to wash over the boat to get the shot I want. But if the water level rises even a couple of inches too high, I'll just be photographing a glorified stick. This is going to be anything but easy. For once, it looks like I've got my timing right, because that tide is just coming around that boat, and what I need is quite literally that, the tide to just come around this boat. If the tide is too high, it'll consume too much of the boat. So I might have to wait 20 or 30 minutes, but I feel that my timing is absolutely spot on. If I put you guys in camera, let's have a look. We're all the way down there. Wonderful. Get that level-ish. Make sure I'm in focus. So you've already clearly seen from the drone footage how sunk this boat is in the water. And from here, pretty much at sea level, you could see how little of the boat we can actually see that's going to stand or protrude above the water level. So I haven't got much wiggle room. Quite literally, I need the tide to just come in a little bit more, maybe 6 inches, 8 inches more, just enough to cover the boat. And then I'll be able to grab a shot. Also, because I'm going to extend that shutter speed, we're going to get some movement here on the bit of rigging that's left. But because there's not really much going on with the sky, I'll probably end up taking a separate shot to speed it up to freeze that movement. It might look okay over a 2-minute exposure when I turn that water into an ice skating rink, but I'm guessing it'll look better with it frozen, but I'll take both anyways. That way I'll give myself options in post-production. The angle from here is not very good. I wished I was further round, but I've not got my wellies on. What I might do is I'll grab a shot from here. If I don't like it, I might well force myself to hang around and grab something for dinner here, and then wait till the tide starts going out, and then force myself to grab a better vantage point, because ideally I would rather have shot this boat from a front angle, or certainly at a 45-degree angle, as opposed to as it is now looking straight out. But this is really soft mud, and you know what it's like when you walk on soft mud. It's not a nice experience at all. Not nice. But yeah, but that's looking wonderful. So cool. So there's quite a few wrecked boats here, but there's one slightly further to the left-hand side that looks quite interesting. That one there. Yeah, that's again, from another angle, that would look good. Oh, I don't know what that's like to walk on. Certainly no good in my boots, but I definitely prefer, or would have preferred, an angle further to the left-hand side. Across here somewhere, shooting that way. Just grabbing that boat at 45 degrees of an angle but that's not looking too bad really. I'll probably look at maybe grabbing a shot like that. I want it nice and small in the frame. I will of course get a closer up one, but I want to grab a shot, something like that. Could maybe even grab two of them in there now, I don't know. But if you look at that water height now, you can see I really won't have much wiggle room. I don't want to grab it now. I want to grab it when the water is in and around. I take great pride, whether I'm right or not, I'm not sure, but I take great pride in saying I never add anything in my images. I only remove elements that I feel don't add any credibility to an image. But I'm just trying to think now, if I need that water to come up by another foot, that's another foot of that boat I'm going to lose. Oh, interesting. And by the way, it's 2:10 now. High tide's not till 3:45, so I'm assuming that I'm going to get consumed by this high tide. So I quite literally have to grab my shot and move. Yeah, there are some nice boats here though. So what I'm doing here, I could do this with, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 other boats. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lovely blue boat and a red boat over to my left-hand side. They look particularly nice. Right, I'm going to get myself prepared for this shoot. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is get these tripod legs on these stones. Because the last thing I want to do is discover over a 2-minute exposure that my tripod has moved. I'll tell you what though, these conditions are looking fantastic. The horizon, there's land in the background that you could barely see. So with regards to my style of fine art landscape photography, where I'm going to blend the sky into the sea, blend the horizon, you can't get better conditions than this. Right then, without further ado, I need to get myself all ready and raring to go, because I'm not going to get a huge length of time in terms of an opportunity to grab this picture. So the first thing I like to do is to shoot nice and wide and give it lots of breathing space, make it look really small in the image. So 99% of nothing, something like that. Obviously I'm going to focus and get my level and everything right, and then wait for the water to come up. Something like that, make it really small in the frame. Yeah, that looks quite cool actually. I doubt very much I'll need to apply my 0.9 soft grad filter to bring the light down in the sky, because the light in the sky and the sea looks pretty much the same. Now, I do like to shoot and make the boat look very small in the frame. 99% of nothing, I call that. So my first composition is likely to be something like that. Now there's not much water in front, but I don't mind stretching that water a little bit. I don't mind stretching it to fill the bottom of the frame, because I am fearing that I'll lose too much of the boat if I dither around too long. So I think the best bet for me now is to grab this picture, even though I'm not 100% happy with it. I'll grab this picture now, and then as the tide comes further in, I'll grab more and more, because at least I'll have an array in the bank that I could decide on later. So in terms of settings, I'm probably going to need my 15 stop filter. So my target figure is 250th of a second. There you go, 5.6, perfect. So 250th of a second, f5.6, ISO 100. That gets me a 2-minute exposure when I apply my 15 stop filter. Pre-focus, apply the 15 stop, shutter speed down to 120 seconds. Make sure my delay timer's on, 1, 2, and away she goes. I'm not 100% happy with the water height at the moment. but that'll do as a starting point. Now, it's a low high tide today, but of course I don't know what that means relative to how far the water will come in. Way behind me, the water is still wet, where I assume it was wet from last night's tide or from this morning's tide. So I'm assuming, even though it's a low high tide, it's still going to come this far up. If it does, then I think I'm in the A1 position to do what I'm doing here with that blue boat. Because that blue boat is quite an attractive looking boat, actually. Oh, decisions. Anyway, I'm not going anywhere, so I'll just stay here and just quite literally see what develops. Right, so that is it. I grabbed one last shot looking 45-degree angle towards the boat and the marker in there as well. I might use the marker, I might not. I'll have to wait and see. Right, so that's it. So what I'm going to do now is head back to the van, grab a cup of coffee, possibly something to eat, and pop back out in probably an hour and a half to 2 hours time. I won't do too much to camera, but I want to see if I can get a frontal shot. Frontal, is that a word? A frontal shot of that boat. If I manage it, I'll include the picture after this. If I don't, it won't be there. Right, so do me a favor, guys. As always, help support the channel. Give that like button a bit of a nudge if you're new here and you want to find your way back. Consider subscribing as well. Till the next time, guys. Cheers.